Scorpio, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome back to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Scorpiana, I'm going to be doing your twin flame reading for the first week of December. And this is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. If it does resonate with you, feel free to talk to me about it in the comments. I also would like to mention that these twin flame readings are very specific, meaning only for the group of Scorpios who know that they're on a twin flame journey. Please use your discernment, and let's get into your reading. So dear Scorpiana, I love you so much and I greatly appreciate you. In this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future between your twin flame, the challenge, the energy. I'm going to clarify all the cards and get some final advice. Now, dear Scorpiana, if you've seen in the community posts and some of the videos, I shared it on my Instagram and also on the shorts and on YouTube. You know, I do the water signs on just in a separate day, and today was a very emotional day for me because I was just overwhelmed with gratitude and thankfulness, and just decided to create those care packages, and thank you for all your support as well, to take it to 40 unhoused people into the streets of Las Vegas, give them some hygiene and some sweets and treats and important things that they need. And it was a moment, and it took me a few hours to really come back, and I was like, you know, I gotta also do the water signs. It's a different story. I do the water signs only on a separate day, you know? So yeah, it was very impactful. It was amazing, you know, honestly. So thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you. And let's get into your reading. For those of you who are brand new here, I'm a Leo. I'm a quadruple Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury all in Leo. And my North Node is in Scorpio. So let's get into your reading. Okay, so the energy and the challenge between you and your twin flame is the Nine of Cups. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Star. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. I'm seeing here a Leo, Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Taurus. Nine of Cups. Scorpio, number 9 could be very significant for a lot of you, first of all. This talks about that you and your twin flame are in separation right now, but there is a shift. The shift that I'm feeling, this is either happening right now or is going to happen. You're trying to get on your feet. You're someone that you are trying to revamp your life, renovate your life, change something about. You're really focusing on your own happiness. Okay, Nine of Cups talks about a self-fulfilling prophecy. It talks about achieving things and just creating one's happiness, right? Contentment and just being very content and very just satisfied. A lot of you, I feel like, are really in this detached energy currently. We're going to talk about this and we're going to see what is it that you need to know. And your twin flame too, but they also seem to be working on their happiness as well. This is somebody that's like also on the same frequency. Now, in the recent past, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles. In the recent past, I feel like that a lot of you, there was a lot of indecisiveness when it came to commitment between you and your twin flame. Marriage, commitment, staying together, living together. The Hierophant here talks about commitment, talks about marriage. The Two of Wands is the separation, or, you know, just in general, like, distance, geographical distance, okay? And then the Ten of Pentacles, some of you either had children with this person or you had your own. Definitely there was this strong sense of we are going to build a family together, or we're going to develop a strong family together, but something here was off. Someone here was on and off, okay? We're going to talk about this shortly when we clarify. In the present moment, you have the Ten of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Moon. So in the present moment, there is a lot of feelings that you are dealing with internally along with your twin flame. And that's why I'm saying here, you're trying to get back on your feet. You know, this situation here with your twin flame specifically did not work out just for that moment. And there is a lot of sadness. There is a lot of memory. There is a lot of feelings coming up from the past. There is heaviness. And a lot of you are having some anxiety, over these situations, some internal thoughts, but I feel like that you're going to overcome that because things are looking really good in the near future. No sugarcoating. I'm going to get into this in a second. In the present moment, the best part here for you and your twin flame, dear Scorpio, is I see here really looking into the face of these issues, right? Facing the loneliness, facing the trauma. Because a lot of times what we miss is that we get into relationships, doesn't matter, twin flame, soulmate in general, and then there is trauma patterns that followed us from our childhood onto this present moment, and it's subconscious programming. So you're doing the work in your subconscious mind, okay, and changing, because there is a lot of fears and doubts that sometimes they try to come up and like affect you, especially you as a Scorpio. You feel very deeply those things. So you're becoming very aware of those and you're doing the work within you. You're also letting go of the baggages from the past. Now in the near future, you have the Sun, the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. In the near future, I do see here investment. I do see here reconciliation, reunion, working things out. The Sun is here. Who doesn't want to see the sign? The Sun, right? It's the sign. It does talk about a lot of happiness. It also indicates things working out, finally getting out of this funk, right? In the present moment, there is the Moon. The Moon here talks about hidden things, anxiety, worries, but you also have the Sun right after that. Okay, and it's interesting, it's the divine feminine, divine masculine, not a gender specific, but it talks about the duality here that exists, and there's going to be a lot of happiness. And I think there is an important decision that needs to be made on how to move forward of this past, whatever happened in this connection, because sometimes there is a tendency here to either go back to the old patterns, but I think that, both of you are going to be able to overcome these heartbreak that happened between you and your twin flame, because the stars here talks about healing, talks about wish being fulfilled. Okay, so let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. I'm going to clarify the challenge. So the Nine of Cups here is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Sun. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, those three cards just came out for Cancer as well. This is crazy. There is a lot of childhood abandonment wounds that are being revealed, that are coming to the surface and overcome as well. I do strongly feel like here with the Nine of Cups, for a lot of you, like I said, focusing on one's happiness, right? What did I say in the beginning? So you can't make this up. The Sun and the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups talks about happiness, talks about celebration. You could be somebody that you are either in the public's eye or your person, and wanting to really be happy internally. There is a desire here, though, for you to be back together, because I see the Ace of Cups. However, I'm going to mention something very important. This is either you or your person, dear Scorpio, because the Ace of Cups is looking the other way from the Six of Wands. Somebody here could be putting their career first, or saying, you know what, I'm going to do like 70% career and 30% relationship. Because there is something there is a lot of importance on somebody here who feels very important and it makes them very happy. I don't know how to put it other way, but somebody here feels very important and they feel very happy. They feel seen, they feel in the public's eye, they're good. You know what I mean? Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Could be someone that's popular and famous. So for many of you, I do strongly feel like here that there is a delay. And just because there is a delay here of somebody either committing, somebody's your twin flame basically. I'm used to saying somebody, but this is your twin flame specifically. Even though there is a delay, it really does not gonna phase you that long. So you might be having those feelings and emotions in the present moment, but that's not gonna keep you in that state of being for too long. You know what I mean? So in the recent past, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles. In the recent past, I feel like that there was a lot of indecisiveness going on, clarified by the Hierophant, again, the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. You dealt with somebody who was not really giving the Ace of Wands all the way, or maybe who was holding that Ace of Wands back from you. So I'm saying some sassy shit out there. It's a coded message. It's a coded message between me and Scorpio, so don't come at me. Okay, cross watchers. Now, in the recent past, I do strongly feel like here for a lot of you, somebody here left the commitment. Knight of Wands heading out towards the other direction from the Hierophant. Honey, that talks about somebody having a hard time to commit, or maybe you just couldn't commit to this person. Okay, because twin flames, it's such a complicated journey. It's like both of you could be doing the same thing in different ways. You know, it's a very complicated, complex situation. Now, the Hierophant in the recent past, there was a desire here for commitment and marriage. You either were married to this person or planning to get married, clarified by the Death, Scorpio energy, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. There might have been some sort of a financial loss in the recent past for some of you. Okay, somebody here could either lost their job, either you or your person, the Death and Knight of Pentacles, you know, the Death is like an ending, and then somebody here lost their stability. That's just what maybe this just happened recently. Okay, there is a lot of sadness. There was a lot of sadness also over the fact, just because there was too much confusion going on. I think finances were impacted in this situation between you and your twin flame, financial impact. And this could have led to direct impact on the Ten of Pentacles as well. It's clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Strength, and the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I strongly feel like here you dealt with somebody who had a very strong personality. Okay, you could have dealt with a Leo, or you could have Leo in your birth chart somewhere. I strongly feel like here that someone here was very determined to make this work. Somebody here either reached out to you, Scorpio, with the Queen of Swords, wanted to talk to you. This person had a lot of good intentions. I think this is somebody that wanted to clear the air with you, or you wanted to clear the air, but I think it was more about them. I'm getting here a lot of persistence coming from this person, sometimes even resistance. What you might have needed from this situation was space, both of you, just in general, like space, to really figure things out. You didn't have to go to Mars for the space. I think it was just a necessary delay that had to happen for you and your twin flame to understand something. And in the present moment, you have the Ten of Wands. I'm going to clarify this. This talks about a situation here that might have been feeling very overwhelming. And it's coming to an end, clarified by, yes, some sassy shit out here. You know what I'm saying? The World, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So Scorpio, this situation here that's been very overwhelming and it's just been very tumultuous, it's coming to an end. Nine of Wands here is a completion, and we are in number 9 right now, 25, right? 2025, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 5, 9, and the year of the snake, shedding off the old skin, and the horse is making the way. Okay, you got the Chariot. Those are not the horses, but you take it as it resonates, as symbolic. I think that the path is getting cleared for you and your twin flame, because there has been a lot of inner work being done and realization that the baggages, luggages coming from the past had to be left at the TSA, okay, checkpoint, and then you and your person need to come out clear from the clearance for you to be able not to, because there has been a lot of either you or your twin flame had been in multiple toxic relationships, and that in of itself brought its own energies and the patterns into your connection with your twin flame. And that's why there has been this invisible energies affecting. Okay, now the Five of Cups here in the present moment, there is a realization that, see, there is the Two of Cups that are standing behind the Five of Cups, behind your, so this means that, and this person seems not to be aware of that, but I think subconsciously you can pick up, right, that there is an opportunity here that could emerge between you and your twin flame. So let's clarify the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups in the present moment is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and that's you. So Scorpio, opportunity. Speak about opportunity, and that is right here with the Three of Cups. That is talking about reconciliation, reunion, working things out. And you are the Queen of Cups. So you are doing the thinking, you're doing the planning, you're doing this, you're very strategic, okay? You're strategic, hold on, how do you say that word? Strategizing, planning. Sorry, there are some words that's a tongue tie, you know what I'm saying? Basically planning, mitigating, executing in your mind, because you're a Scorpio. You got to have your 10 steps ahead of the game. So you're definitely in your mind thinking there is, and you know how it's going to happen. There is going to be a reconciliation. So let's talk about the moon here for you in the present moment. And there is like fears coming up. I think this has a lot to do with what happened in the past. There's like a leftover, something's being revealed. So the moon in the present moment is clarified by the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So very important here. That's for the ups and downs. You know when I said revealed in a minute, like a minute ago? Here we go. Okay, with the Hermit, that is holding the lantern and illuminating something. And there is the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Financial issues, abandonment wounds, also might be like just somebody here feels a lack of worthiness. I don't know who this is. It could be your person, lack of worthiness and lack of like not being able to receive love. That could be a challenge. And I feel like that also with the Queen of Pentacles, there is something here about like bringing stability, money also, wanting to build something together. Because I see here money being affected here in the past career-wise. And just kind of like really now you might be thinking, how are we going to make it work? How I'm going to work? How I'm going to make more money? How is this person going to make more money? But you see, this is the money working situation in the near future. This is what I'm going to clarify in a minute. But I want to show this combination again, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. So this talks about investment, and maybe you and this person would want to work things out together, relationship-wise and business-wise. So the Sun, which is talking about the happiness, is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Wands. There is a lot of clarity coming in. I feel like you and your twin flame are going to finally put an end to these Two of Wands that used to exist in the past. There is a lot of clarity coming in. There is a conversation here about either relocation or somebody here moving in or making some sort of a move, okay? Because I feel like that someone here, your twin flame, was the one I think that was maybe they're holding back from like moving towards you, or like they were unable to really do the physical, because this is the world here with the Two of Wands. It's distance. The globe in the hand talks about travel, talks about international, it talks about across the country type stuff. You know what I mean? So for a lot of you, there is definitely in the near future an important conversation with the Ace of Swords of where this connection is going to go, and how like we need to decide something together so that we can start working on what's coming up for both of us next. Okay, so let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles for you in the near future. And the Eight of Pentacles for you in the near future is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Page of Swords, Seven of Swords. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm saying some legal things here need to be set right, or this is also talking about good karma coming in and things just getting cleared out. Why? Because the path is clear and the cards don't lie, and your Renaissance Tarot funny and your most favorite Armenian guy here on YouTube serves and slays. Okay, so this is talking about the path is clear. There is karma, there is good karma, and there is abundance. So you both are going to be able to build back the Ten of Pentacles here in the near future. This is the same Ten of Pentacles that we saw in the past that was affected with the Nine of Pentacles and the Death card. You already know that. Okay, and I feel like that, so here is what's going to happen. The Twin Flame reading. These are your Twin Flame cards right here. You know, no more lies, no more deception, no more confusion with the Seven of Swords, because the Page of Swords is here with the Two of Cups, because you both want to put an end to these inconveniences, to these white lies, whatever you want to call them. A lie is a lie, and Scorpio is a bullshit and a lie detector. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm saying, so you definitely want to have a conversation about like just setting something right here with this person. It could be surrounding money or financial situations, okay? Or just in general, what kind of an investment is your twin flame ready and willing to be put into this connection? So what's next? Let's talk about that. But right, what are we gonna do with the Seven of Pentacles? So somebody here has blonde hair, blonde short hair. That's what I'm strongly getting here, and brown or black hair. Okay, or I don't know what is this called, brunette. So the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Fool, which also is the first card in Major Arcana in Tarot, and it is the card of an Aries. The Fool, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Capricorn energy. Something here unhealthy needs to be gone. There is some sort of a situation, whether it's a third party, someone here feels chained up to something or some sort of a situation. Could be a habit, could be drinking, smoking, substance abuse. No more indecisiveness, brand new beginning here. That's what's going to happen. And I feel like that there used to be moments of stagnancy. There used to be moments of, oh, I don't know, what's the uncertainty? What do we do? We're like, you both are going to put an end to that and just enter into the unknown. You see, the beautiful thing here about the Fool, which is the first card in Major Arcana, it talks about stepping into the unknown, right? The Fool here is about to like jump off the cliff, or just, he doesn't know if he's gonna land on his feet or not, but he or she, it is not a gender specific, but they trust the universe. The white dog represents trusting your intuition. And this little sack, right? This talks about not carrying too much from the past, just the lessons. Alchemizing, transmuting, and condensing those experiences from the past, okay? All of those experiences with the 10 of Wands, with the 5 of Cups, into knowledge and wisdom and how to move forward with you, between you and your person, okay? So that's gonna be something very significant. Now let's get into your advice. And 444, you're gonna see 444 today, by the way. That's what I'm strongly getting here. So, did I also say today I officially ended my 3-day water fast, completely pure water fast. It's been amazing. Like a whole body reset. My energies are great. So I'm gonna break it like with bone broth, probably like something very smooth. Now let's get the advice. Not you really had to know that, but okay, so you have the Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is here at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful, along with the 3 of Cups. So there is a desire at the end of the day for reconciliation, reunion, wanting to work things out together. However, look at the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the one that's very, very stable in the other kings. Stability, business, money, owning properties, but also spiritually speaking, somebody that's very grounded. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, very grounded, okay? So I feel like that in order for you and your twin flame to work this situation out, there is a lot of like grounding that needs to happen, because you both were very much disappointed in the past and walked away from each other with the 8 of Cups because there was a lot of on and off and hot and cold energy and indecisiveness. But in the near future, what's going to end up happening between you and your twin Z is basically creating this stability, talking about money, talking about stability, talking about spirituality, basically wanting to be this multi-dimensionally jacked couple. Health, wealth, financial stability, groundedness, spirituality, physical stuff, right? All of those things, self-care, everything. Fitness, body, whatever it might be, to really, really start working towards that. Because I think that you and your twin flame, you both are very passionate. That's what I'm strongly getting. Like go-getters here, okay? Go-getters creating their own happiness, doing their own thing. Imagine how much more you both actually can do together if you both really sit down and have that conversation together, honey. Now, that's the advice. How about the relationship advice from this Wisdom of the Oracle deck? Because I've been pulling one for each side, and everybody really loves this deck, and they've been asking me to read. So, I'm gonna pull one card for you, and it's a short relationship message. Thankfully, it's not too long. So you have round and around number 25. Okay, so round and around number 25, and the message here. What's the message for my Scorpianas? Relationship message 25. Okay. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you have found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you are aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This couldn't have been any better. Could not have been any better. Literally, that's the advice in what I said. And you are the sign of evolution, Scorpio. Scorpionic energy is about evolution, metamorphosis, transformation. It's very intense. It's like going through the furnace of fires, I'm saying. And it's interesting. It talks about you may have circled back to an accustomed spot. It kind of makes me think of this concept of, sometimes I identify with a certain emotion or emotional behavior or pattern, and we think that's our identity, but because it feels safe. But that's not good for us. It could be a response, it could be a reaction, it could be dealing with certain things in a certain way. But this specific twin flame journey is allowing you to see how can you do things differently in a more evolved and from a higher level and consciousness level. And I know you can do this, and you're on that path, dear Scorpiana. So, thank you so much. This is what I had for you. Hope this reading helped. I'm just really overwhelmed. I do the water signs on a completely different day, which is today, all of you guys. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that's it. And it did take me quite a few hours to really get back on just into the groove, because I had a very emotional day when I was meeting these people in the streets and just kind of interacting with them. I was seeing God within these people, the smile that they had when they were receiving those care packages. And it was so life-changing, makes me feel very humbled and grateful for how far I have come and how much I have been blessed, and want just to give back. And this is also because of you as a collective, okay? So dear Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope that this reading helped and brought some clarity, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.